Hey y'all, happy July 5th. Just checking in to see how everybody's doing. Hope you guys have enjoyed more than a 2 day weekend. I didn't have to work on Friday. So I have been enjoying my 3 day weekend. Friday, I went out and had um, whiskey, bourbon, vodka, and a moonshine. Nope, gin. Gin. I went into a distillery here in Clarksville, Old Glory. And Old Glory's been around for apparently just 10 years now, and they specialize in whiskey and bourbon and vodka. But they also make a moonshine. And y'all know how I feel about moonshines now. But they didn't have any of the creamy moonshines that I like what I like to put in my coffee, like this one. This is a creamy moonshine. This is a white chocolate strawberry cream. I always get the name wrong. I get it all in the wrong order and everything. But that is a nice cream. My rum chata is a nice cream. And then I have a Buffalo Trace bourbon cream. I like to put those in my coffee. However, they had a bunch of lemonades, and I got a small bottle of their blueberry lemonade. They're not seasonal, so that's a plus. So I can go back and try some of the other ones. They had about 5 different ones, and I'd like the peach because that one will go good in some iced tea. So yeah, so that's how I spent my Friday evening. They also have a restaurant there, and so once we got done with, with the tour and the tastings, we went and had dinner at the bar, which was really nice. And the two guys that was at the tour with us came and sat with us. They did the tour together. They sat by us when we were doing the tastings. And then they came and sat by us, y'all, when we was at the bar. And I was like, one of y'all is flirting. Who you flirting with? Because both of y'all, it was a good time though. It was really fun. So did that. And then I've been in the house Saturday and Sunday. I binged watched on Netflix Survival of the Thickest. This was the final season, season 3. So if you want something good to watch, that's a good comedy. Survival of the Thickest is 3 seasons. Go and binge watch that. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think each season has 8 episodes. And I think the episodes are right about like 35 minutes, maybe. So you can do that easily. If you're being honest, you can do that easily in a day. So go check that out. So, anyways, yeah, doing my check-in. I've cut some more of my cherry tomatoes, my regular size tomatoes. They just really not doing nothing. I cut these off the vine probably 2 weeks ago. Most of them are about this size, and they're just now starting to turn. I don't know what them jokers gonna taste like because I don't know what they're gonna taste like. But my cherry tomatoes are doing really well. So I can't remember who it was this morning, but one of my followers was went to her garden and she pulled her tomatoes and looked like some peppers and maybe some basil. And she went ahead and she canned her some sauce. So I was like, I need to go ahead and at least, even if it's just one jar of what I've had sitting here for a couple weeks now. So I've got my tomatoes boiling, and then I will peel them. I believe that's what you do next. I'll peel them, and then I will blend them up with my little hand blender thing. I don't know what stuff is called. Y'all know what I'm talking about though. My little hand held blender thing, and I'll add some basil, and I might throw some rosemary in there. And depending on how much it makes, I may even just go ahead and make me some spaghetti or some type of pasta today. But if not, I'll just go ahead and I'm gonna jar it. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna jar it because I still got one hamburger left that I would like to eat. A hamburger, and yeah. So, and again, it's Sunday, so I will be preparing for the work week, which means I have to iron. I don't know about y'all, but I still iron my clothes. So I get my clothes ironed and get Miss Cookie prepared for the evening because Fort Campbell did not do their fireworks last night. They're right about 3 to 5 miles. It spans from um, Tennessee over into Kentucky. So I'm not sure how far into Kentucky where they do the fireworks, but half of Fort Campbell is in Tennessee. So I can typically hear their booms and bangs. So we got to get Cookie ready for this evening. She did fairly well last night with the medication that I gave her. So that was nice. I hate giving her meds back to back to back, day after day after day. But it's that time of year where it's Saturday and we're just gonna light off fireworks. And I don't know about the areas where you guys live, but the tents that sell the fireworks, they just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and more of them. So fireworks like crazy, okay? And I get it. I'm not a fireworks person. I haven't really been a fireworks person for probably the past 15, maybe 20 years. It's just not something I do. I'm not a big fan of crowds. And people just get stupid. I don't do stupid. I don't do stupid. So I stay my behind in the house where I avoid stupid at all costs. So my neighborhood will be doing fireworks all summer. Does that mean it's going to be every day? No. But on the weekends, most likely. Because that's just how they roll. That's just what they do. It's their prerogative. It's none of my business, but that's what they do. So Cookie usually has at least some melatonin on the weekends, if not her heavy duty prescription medication. So yeah, I think today will be a day where I sit and listen to a book. I'm listening to books. My goal for the rest of the year is to do 2 books a month, which I did very well. I've done 2 books a month up until June, and I think I only did 1 book in June. So I need to get back into doing my 2 books a month for the rest of the year. So today, once I get done with my quiet time this morning, then I'm going to make sure that my laundry and everything is ready for the week. And then the rest of the afternoon, because I guarantee you all of that is going to be done. It's 9 o'clock. All of that's going to be done before noon. For real, because ain't nobody got time for that. So the rest of the day will be spent quietly reading my book, and possibly doing a crossword puzzle or several. So, yep, there's that. So, I hope y'all have a wonderful Sunday. Let me know what you guys did for the weekend. And yeah, that's all I got. So, okay, I'm at 9 minutes. I just be on here thinking I'm gonna be on here 5 minutes, and next thing you know, I'll be at 9 minutes every freaking time. So, anyways, I'm definitely gonna stop before it hits 10 minutes. So, y'all have a wonderful day, and let your girl know how you guys are doing. Alrighty, bye.